you're doing well on this beautiful, glorious Friday. I have to say, as always, Mass was lovely and beautiful and inspiring. And I love what Father Pena was talking about in going along the lines of the first reading and the gospel, but saying that the word salvation, it's not just a word that means saving us, from sin or, saving our souls, is also a word that means healing. And we all need healing in one way or another. I know that I do. I've been wounded very badly and very deeply by what's happened to me as a mother. I was just talking with somebody in my family last night, and they said, Jennifer, there's no greater tragedy or pain that a mother could go through than what I've gone through, having my daughters illegally and unjustly taken away from me 3 times, when I've never spanked them, when I've never abused, neglected, or abandoned them, when I don't drink alcohol and I don't do drugs. And they really had not one good reason to do that this is not a reason, but the way that they were able to get away with that. Because I have to clarify here, because when I do these videos, there'll be one person sometimes that will say, oh no, there's always a reason. You must have done something wrong. No, I have a health condition that was used against me that goes against the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act. And for whatever reason, I've had 10 lawyers this past time in the last 8 years since they were taken away from me. And not one lawyer has argued the ADA. I keep saying, look, if I was an attorney, I'd be arguing this in a heartbeat and I'd get my children back. But they're afraid to go up against the judge because he's a really harsh judge. Anyway, the point is that she said, aside from having my children pass away or die, there's no greater pain or suffering that I could go through as a mother, or that my children could go through as my children. But so yeah, I need a lot of healing, and I prayed for that healing this morning from Jesus, the divine physician, who heals us not just with his love and not just with the gift of salvation, but with the Eucharist. And the Eucharist, it even says in the Catechism, is the source and summit of our Christian life. And the Eucharist, that I thought about this morning at Mass, the purpose of the Eucharist, the reason why Jesus instituted the Eucharist to begin with, so that we could become one with him in every way. There's a reason why Jesus says, this is my body, this is my blood, receive this, receive me, do this in memory of me. And the reason is to become one with God, to become one with Christ, and to become Christ-like, to become divine, because, to become fully divine, fully human and fully divine, because Christ was fully human and fully divine. So we are to become Christ-like and, as much as like Christ as possible. And how else better way to do that than to receive his body and blood? I mean, it makes perfect sense. By receiving Christ's body and blood, we do become Christ-like. And so, I thought about it, to be fully human the way that Christ was, and yet to be fully divine and to be fully Christ-like. Just a beautiful something to contemplate, and I just love that very much. So I was definitely contemplating that at Mass this morning. But yeah, as a mother, I raised my daughters to be Catholic Christians, even though they're not going to church on a regular basis right now. That's okay. I have full confidence that when they're ready, they will want to go with me every Sunday to Mass, and they will want to fully embrace their faith. They don't know enough about it to really want to say, yes, I do fully embrace my Catholic faith, and I do want to go to Mass every Sunday. They haven't received their first Holy Communion yet, or their first penance, their first reconciliation. So when they do, and when they learn more, I mean, I teach them about their Catholic faith, but when they go to those classes and really learn more about it, I know that they're just going to want to just embrace Jesus, embrace God the way that I do. And they're going to fall in love with Jesus and fall in love with God. And they're going to realize how blessed they are, that they are chosen by God. They are blessed by God. They are God's precious princesses and daughters. I mean, I've been telling that to them ever since I was pregnant with them. I used to speak to them in my womb and read to them from their toddlers' Bibles when they were babies and little children. But but I do raise them to be close to their Catholic faith and, just to be daughters of God and princesses of God. And I teach them already, in not so many words, but just in the teachings that I do teach them, that they are to be Christ-like and they are to fully embrace their humanity and fully embrace the divinity, that spark of the divine that dwells within all of us, that is given to us at our creation by God. That is the divinity that's within all of us and the humanity that's within all of us. Not to go on and on and on. I should have been a priest, right? Forget about being a nun. I want to be a priest. Now, if I could have been a priest, I would have been a priest, but they don't allow women to be priests at this moment in time, but maybe one day. But no, I love theology and I love my Catholic faith and I love talking about it and I love sharing it. And my daughters do too, actually. I know that when they get older, we're really going to, especially in Hollywood, when we have our careers in Hollywood, we're going to be witnessing to our Catholic faith in a very special way. And yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about the days to come. So that's